This is Lesson 3 of Module 2 of our Basic Angel Magic course. In the Pauline arts tradition, we are taught that angels hold a significant place as guardians and guides, and that they possess an intimate understanding of our lives that transcends human perception. They see the entire tapestry of existence, including the intricate threads of our past, present, and future. This profound wisdom allows them to discern what truly benefits us, even when we may feel frustrated when they occasionally seem to have a silent response to a particular prayer or request. The misconception that angels exist solely to fulfill human wishes reflects a very limited understanding of their roles. They are not just messengers or servants for us. Instead, they are stewards of divine will. Their actions are guided by a higher purpose that often eludes our comprehension. While we may appeal to angels for help in achieving specific desires, they will always weigh our requests against a broader, more profound understanding of the universe. This can mean sometimes that it seems as though they're declining our requests when they don't serve our greater good. Think of the story of King Midas. King Midas's tale is a cautionary lesson about the nature of desire and fulfillment. His wish to transform everything he touched into gold illustrates how a well-intentioned desire can lead to unintended consequences. Gold, a symbol of wealth and prosperity, ultimately became a source of misery for him. When everything he touched turned to gold, it separated him from love and joy and even sustenance, because he couldn't eat anymore because gold is not digestible. This story underscores the significance of trusting the guidance of our angels, who can see beyond our immediate desires to the potential ramifications of our requests. Fairy tales and myths often serve as allegories for the human experience, reminding us to reflect deeply on what we seek. They encourage us to consider whether our desires stem from a place of genuine need or if they are merely fleeting whims. The teachings of the Psalms resonate with this wisdom, emphasizing the power of silent prayer and unuttered longings of our heart. These silent prayers often convey our most profound truths, the heartfelt cries for connection, understanding, and peace that go beyond the surface-level desires that we articulate. In moments of silence and stillness, we create a space to hear the whispers of our soul. Our most profound aspirations take shape in these quiet moments, aligning us more closely with the divine. Angels, in their roles as guides, encourage us to listen to the rhythm of our hearts and to trust that our most sincere desires are understood. When we learn to ask for what truly nurtures our spirit rather than what our egos desire or lust after, we open ourselves to the abundant gifts that life offers, gifts that the angels are more than willing to help us receive. Ultimately, the relationship between humans and angels is not one of servitude, but one of partnership. While we may seek immediate answers and solutions, angels encourage us to embrace patience, wisdom, and reflection. By letting go of the need for specific outcomes and focusing on our true will or our true intention or purpose, we can align ourselves with the greater flow of the universe, allowing us to discover actual fulfillment in our lives in ways that we never anticipated. This deeper understanding nurtures a sense of trust in the divine timing of our lives, reinforcing the notion that our highest good is always considered, even when our paths seem unclear to us. In angel magic, invocations are crucial and often are crafted as letters or petitions to ensure clarity and precision in our communication. Although angels don't require this practice, writing these letters is invaluable. It helps practitioners to articulate their desires and their intentions very carefully. This disciplined approach fosters a more meaningful connection with the divine. The invocation process is more than a simple request. It demands a thoughtful and deliberate expression of what we truly seek. By clearly presenting our desires, we create an opportunity for self-reflection and ensure that our requests align with our authentic inner intentions. This level of intentionality enhances the effectiveness of the practice and cultivates wisdom and discernment within the practitioner, ultimately leading to a more grounded and responsible use of our magical powers. When creating an angelic letter, it's essential to understand the materials and methods involved. While the process may seem detailed, it's actually quite straightforward and allows for personal creativity. Although composing these letters on electronic devices is possible, engaging in the physical act of writing is highly encouraged. Using paper and ink for your petitions deepens the connection to your intent. Select high-quality paper. This enhances the experience. While classic white paper and black ink are always appropriate, incorporating colored inks can enrich the invocation through the practice of color magic. Each color corresponds to a specific angel, such as gold or orange for Michael, silver for Gabriel, red for Samael, and so on. Additionally, creating custom shades of ink colors can add another layer of personalization and intention to your work. To further enrich your letters, consider including associated herbs and other natural elements. For instance, lily petals can correspond to lunar energies. Thistle could resonate with martial energies, etc. These natural elements enhance the symbolic meaning of your letters and can be sprinkled into the letter or brewed into a tea that is then sprinkled upon the letter, thus grounding your requests in nature's energies. An age-old practice that adds to the sacredness of your letters is the use of perfumes. Selecting a fragrance sacred to the angel you are addressing can create a multi-sensory experience, imbuing the letter with added significance. This ritual helps to set the tone for communication, making it a deeply personal and powerful expression of your intentions. Refer to the lists of correspondences in Lesson 4 of Module 1 of the Basic Angel Magic course for various herbs, perfumes, and incenses associated with each angel. Through these thoughtful practices, angelic invocations become not just requests, but sacred dialogues with divine energies, fostering both intentional and profound connections. When writing, facing east symbolizes dawn and rebirth and is the traditional direction to face for most angelic ceremonies. Complete the letter with clarity and intent. Steps like purifying, grounding and centering, and casting circles ensure that the energy remains pure and focused. A straightforward approach is to simply write the letter to an angel on plain paper or stationery. Just write it like you would write a letter to a friend or a family member. Keep this letter until the next new moon and then destroy it. There are several more involved methods for writing petitions and letters to the angels that are included in Module 1 of the Basic Angel Magic course. Today, we are going to discuss a unique type of angelic letter with significant ancient symbolism. This method can connect with the deeper parts of the mind, fostering an even more profound connection with the angels. This is called the Angelic Temple letter. In this ritual, the letter represents an ancient temple. The paper you will use is square and features 2 concentric squares, making 3 levels of the temple: the outer temple, the sacred temple, and the inner temple. The innermost square is the central one and is outlined in the color corresponding to the angel you're working with. The second square surrounds this central square and is always outlined in a thick black line. The third boundary, which is not drawn, is defined by the edge of the paper itself, marking the limits of your workspace. Thus, the 3 concentric squares represent the structure of the temple. The first square located at the center is essential because it's where you will place your petition or letter. This enclosed area is the focal point of your work and is referred to as the inner temple or inner sanctum. Writing your letter on a square paper carries symbolic importance. The square represents stability and structure in the material world. It also resembles the base of a pyramid. Using square paper, you symbolically build a thought pyramid around your words. The number 4 also symbolizes structure and order, as a square is associated with the 4 cardinal directions, the 4 elements, the 4 seasons, among other essential groupings of 4. Before you start, make sure you have all the materials that you will need for this operation. A piece of white letter-sized paper, some scissors, a ruler, a pencil, an eraser, a black marker, and a pen in the color appropriate for the angel you are working with. For this example, we are working with the angel Sakiel, so this is going to be a purple pen. You can optionally also include incense, candles, perfume, and herbs. First, take your letter-sized sheet of white paper and turn it into an 8.5-inch square. Use your ruler to mark 8.5 inches down each side of the long part of the paper, and then cut off the extra strip with your scissors. With your ruler diagonally across the sheet of your paper, mark 1 inch and 2 inches from each of the 4 corners of your paper. You're going to be connecting these marks to form your inner and outer squares. You'll want to trace the outer square with a black marker and the inner square in the ink of the angel's color. The outer section is called the outer temple. The next section is called the sacred temple, and the very inner section is called the inner temple. Next, you're going to draw the angelic magic square, or kamea. For Sakiel, this is a 4x4 grid. For this, you'll want to make sure that the square covers the inner and sacred temples, but does not cross over into the outer temple. Write in the numbers for the square in numeric order. Refer to the text of Lesson 3, Module 2 of the Basic Angel Magic course for these squares. Inside the top center of the sacred temple, draw the angel's signature. Then, draw some of the symbols that are sacred to the angel down the left and right sides of the sacred temple. You can use as many or as few of these symbols as you like. Just make sure that they are the same on the right and left sides. For this example, we are using the seal of Jupiter, the sigil for the spirit of the planet, and also the sigil for the intelligence. We are also putting the glyph for the planet Jupiter. Next, write your heartfelt petition to the angel within the inner sanctum. Make sure that if your petition goes all the way down, that you write it around the kamea. Once you've finished, you'll want to sign your letter by drawing the sigil for your name within the magic square. This is done by converting your first name into numbers. Find the number that corresponds to the first letter of your name on the magic square. Draw a very tiny circle to denote the beginning. Then you'll simply connect one number for each letter of your name, drawing a straight line from each number until you get to the last number for your name, which ends with a small perpendicular line. You can find more detailed instructions for this by referring to my free booklet, How to Work the Angelic Squares. Once you've drawn your sigil for the magic square, you can perfume the letter with a perfume sacred to the angel. You can also sprinkle some herbs onto the letter. Next, you'll want to seal your letter. Starting at the lower left corner, fold each corner into the center, creating a smaller square. For invoking magic, work clockwise around the square, and for banishing, work counterclockwise. For this example, we are working clockwise. This will create an enclosed envelope. Use a wax seal, an adhesive disc, or other seal. I happen to be out of seal, so I'm just using some invisible tape to seal it, which is always acceptable. You don't need to address the outside of the letter. You may also desire to burn some incense sacred to the angel. You could also burn a candle on top of the letter. I'm not using any candles or incense in this demonstration. You'll want to place your letter in a private place until the following new moon. I have a special angel box that I like to use. You can watch my video on how to create an angel box for yourself. Make sure you perform your ceremony on the day sacred to the angel or on a day that is compatible with the angel and in the angel's hour. You can find this information in Module 1 of the Basic Angel Magic course. Work during the waxing moon for magic that involves creating, growing, or attracting things, and during the waning moon for magic that involves eliminating or banishing things. Whenever possible, face east when writing your angelic letters. The process of writing the invocation is quite straightforward. You can make your letter as simple or as intricate as you like. Never place anything above the angelic signature at the top. This spot represents the east, where the sun rises and the light is born. The angelic signature must always be the highest point on the letter and should never be in the outer temple. You are not required to draw all of your symbols perfectly. Your drawings or representations must only communicate their intended meaning and be recognizable. You can use whatever artistic skills you have to the best of your ability, but perfection is never required. Just like a child's drawing of a house, which is simple but straightforward, your symbols should be practical and understandable. The timing of your work is also essential. Start your task on the day designated for the angel you are petitioning. Work during the angel's hour if you must work on a complementary day. If you don't finish your letter in one session, you can continue it on subsequent days. Starting on the right day and/or hour ensures that your angel marks and blesses your work. Remember, once an operation has begun, it's as if time has stopped, and you can continue on the following day even though the day or hour is not sacred to that angel. The key is starting on the correct day and/or time. The timing of magical operations is dealt with extensively in Module 1 of this course. Please review those lessons if you aren't familiar with the angelic days and hours. The symbols you draw along the sides of the middle section of the letter, the sacred temple, can include all kinds of things: zodiac signs, planetary symbols, simple line drawings representing the angel's domain. You can use the sigil of the planet, the seal of the spirit, the seal of the intelligence, and all of these symbols are included in the text of this lesson, and also you can find other symbols for each of those angels in Module 1 of the Basic Angel Magic course, and also in the free booklet, How to Work the Ritual of the Hours. Remember that the essence of the work lies in your intent, not in complexity. If you look at a letter addressed to an angel, it should be clear to whom it is meant to go, based on the symbols included. Think of it as identifying the rooms in your house. You wouldn't mistake a bedroom for a kitchen because each is designed for its purpose. Similarly, your letter of invocation should make its purpose just as obvious. By using symbols that resonate with the energy of the planet or angel, along with corresponding colors, perfumes, incenses, flowers, or herbs, you can create a very clear connection to the intended angel and its meaning. Next, I will teach you how to create a magic circle for angelic work. While it's not mandatory, casting a magic circle before your rituals is recommended. A magic circle creates a protected space where you can safely invoke angelic powers free from unwanted thoughts, forces, or energies. While there are many ways to cast a circle, and for more detailed versions of casting a circle, see my course, A Witch's Primer, the method described here in this lesson is simple and effective. It calls upon the protection of the cherubim, also known as the Watchers. The word cherub is derived from the Mesopotamian word caribou, meaning the strong ones who intercede. Statues of caribou were often placed at temple entrances in ancient Chaldea, Assyria, Babylonia, and Persia. These statues depicted bulls or lions with eagle wings and human heads. The cherubim are also shown on the tarot card The World, where the heads of a bull, lion, eagle, and angel surround the central figure, symbolizing a sacred space. These 4 cherubim are guardians of the 4 directions of the physical world and are associated with the 4 alchemical elements forming matter's building blocks. They are also known as the Watchers and were linked by ancient Persian astrologers to the 4 royal stars. These bright stars were seen as heavenly guardians and were connected to the fixed signs of the zodiac: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, symbolizing the steadfast pillars of the celestial dome. The cherubim are mighty protectors and were the first angels mentioned in the Bible. According to Genesis, after Adam and Eve were expelled from the Garden of Eden, God placed cherubim and a flaming sword to guard the way to the tree of life. In Exodus, Moses was instructed to place 2 golden cherubim on the Ark of the Covenant, their wings outstretched. Similarly, cherubim guarded the ark housing the Shekinah in Solomon's temple. In addition to invoking them directly in your circle, the Watchers can also be approached through the teaching angels who govern the fixed signs of each element. Various systems exist to assign elements to the directions, but I adhere to the following attributions. The east is air. The fixed sign is Aquarius, ruled by the teaching angel Uriel. The south is fire. The fixed sign of fire is Leo, who is ruled by the teaching angel Michael. The west is water. Its fixed sign is Scorpio and is ruled by the teaching angel Samael. The north is earth. Its fixed sign is Taurus, which is ruled by the teaching angel Anael. You can cast your circle indoors or outdoors depending on where you feel the most comfortable. You start facing east. Unlike most magic circles, angelic circles do not require intensive purification. The cherubim themselves serve as natural purifiers. However, if you feel more comfortable, of course you can purify your circle with salt and water, fire and air before you cast it. For more detailed instructions on all of this, please refer to A Witch's Primer. First, visualize a circle of white or electric blue that is about 9 feet in diameter all about you, with you in the center. If visualizing this circle is challenging, you can create a physical representation of this circle using white rope or tape on the ground. While experienced practitioners often rely solely on their imagination to visualize circles and other symbols, there's absolutely nothing wrong with using physical aids to enhance your focus and visualization. These tools can improve your concentration during your rituals. When you're ready to begin casting your circle, take a moment to center yourself and let your body relax completely. Visualize the circle all about you. Then move to the eastern edge of your circle. Visualize an angel surrounded by light. This is the cherub of the east. Say, "Great cherub of the east, I call upon your holy presence to protect this sacred space." Then move to the south. Imagine the head of a proud lion, radiating strength and dignity. This represents the cherub of the south. Say, "Great cherub of the south, I call upon your holy presence to protect this sacred space." Then move to the west and visualize a mighty eagle, its gaze intense and commanding. This is the cherub of the west. Say, "Great cherub of the west, I call upon your holy presence to protect this sacred space." Finally, move to the north and picture the head of a great bull watching from the edge of the circle. Its gaze is calm and reassuring. Once that image is clear, say, "Great cherub of the north, I call upon your holy presence to protect this sacred space." Once you've invoked all of the 4 cherubim, move back to the east and silently salute it. Then stand in the center of your circle and visualize the Watchers guarding the 4 directions of your circle. The angel in the east before you, the lion to your right, the eagle behind you, and the bull on your left. Picture the wheel of the seasons turning around you, spring, summer, autumn, winter, and know that you are standing at the still center of your universe. For some people, visualizing these images may come naturally, but if you find it difficult, consider using pictures of the angel, lion, eagle, and bull. Just place them on the corresponding directions around your room to aid in your imagination. Over time and with practice, these images will come more easily and feel more vivid. Eventually, you may sense these cherubim as real physical presences, not just creations of your mind. This ritual is simple but powerful. And you can enhance it by lighting candles in each direction and burning incense or spraying perfume while invoking each cherub. If you use candles in the quarters, you can just use white candles or place a yellow candle in the east, a red candle in the south, a blue candle in the west, and a green candle in the north. This is not essential, but these actions can help focus your mind and heighten your senses. When you work your magic, the more straightforward things are in your mind, the more successful your results will be. And often these kinds of props and tools will help facilitate this quite effectively. When you finish your ritual or magical practice, return to each direction, east, north, west, and south, and thank the 4 cherubim for their protection one at a time. If you have lit candles, extinguish each one as you thank the cherub of that direction. With the cherubim guiding your sacred space, you can practice your magic confidently, knowing that you are protected. As a daily practice, you can simply face the east and say, "In the name of the cosmic creator, Uriel before me and Samael behind me, Mikael at my right hand, Anael at my left, above my head, the divine presence of God, and about me, the Shekinah." Thank you so much for listening to this lesson. I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, blessed be.